So welcome to episode 4 of SneetCast. All right, I'm Brian.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Chef.
I'm Parker.
All right.
That didn't sound like my voice.
You're not
I'm
Parker. You're Kiryu from Yakuza.
Kiryu
That's
Kazuma.
my name.
Kazuma Kiryu did. What?
What?
So I'm looking at episode 3 of our podcast on YouTube, and the next recommended video is removing your makeup after a hard day ASMR. I think maybe it's because it's mouth.
I've had those days.
Do you think it's because of mouth sounds? Do you,
Oh, that's right.
do you think that's
We
why?
might be getting the ASMR audience.
Yeah.
With that.
We're gonna get
We
a
wrote
whole bunch
mouth
of
sounds.
views on YouTube that are just people.
A bunch of views and a bunch of downvotes.
Well, no, it's
Or
just people that have
dislikes.
YouTube on autoplay all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll wake up and be like, "Who the fuck are these idiots?"
I'm excited. How many views on that video, by the way?
4 when I looked earlier.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Still
I
4.
bet you
The
three
first-
of us are us.
Well, the
was 4 when I
second
clicked
episode
on
on SoundCloud had 20.
Yeah, I know.
And
How many of them were you?
yeah.
5 were Ryan.
for the
5?
second episode?
I don't know if it was specifically for an episode, but I know like it said for you that you had 5 listens.
Oh, just on the overall like SoundCloud.
I think
thing.
it's overall. I forget.
Well, then that makes sense because
Well,
I know I
first-
like started episode 1 a couple times and
Our first one's got 8 views on YouTube. We're making it big, boys.
yeah.
the second
Soon to
video,
get our paper play button.
I know the second episode probably got way more than everything else, just because that's when we started finally like advertising it. So I feel like some of my
Yeah.
friends from Kutztown listened to it, and
Yeah,
I don't think they
Tyler did.
give a shit about any episode afterwards. So I think from this here onward, that was the peak of our fame. Every episode's just gonna be 3 to 4 views now.
Fine.
Too
Be
bad.
consistent.
Too bad Dick Twist was wasted then.
Yeah. It'll
Welcome
be
to
the
Dick Twist.
the most hidden gem of our library.
Yo, I have a
hidden gem. It's the first
The
episode.
most hidden gem.
I have an announcement concerning this podcast. You see,
This is the last episode.
no. The past 3 times. What is this episode 4?
Yes.
Yeah, the past 3 times. Every time I've sat here and found a giant hole in my sock.
Oh.
And this week there is no hole in my sock, and I would like to announce that I have ordered more socks. So this should not be a problem
nice.
anymore.
Damn, I
Oh,
can't stare at
man.
your toes no more.
No. Dame. All right, Brian. What have you been up to? How you doing?
What have I been up to? Freaking figuring out how loud I need to be for this podcast. Okay.
I mean, in general, not right now.
I found out that at the Mahoning Drive-In, Bruce Campbell's coming,
Oh yeah.
and they're gonna do 2 nights of like 3 movies, and he's gonna be there for a Q&A, and that made me really hyped because Evil Dead 2 is like one of my favorite movies of all time, and it's like a huge influence on me. So that, like, I only got the general admissions ticket, which is already expensive. That's like 40.
It's also sold out
It's like $50. Yeah, it's also sold out.
because I had to get the next one up because the GA ticket was sold out.
Yeah. Although to be honest, I'm considering buying like the $70 ticket for Saturday, just because I like the lineup of movies for Saturday, and I'm like, you know what? Like,
The first night is Bubba Hotep, right?
the first night is The Evil Dead, the very first one. Second movie is Bubba Hotep, and the third one is My Name is Bruce.
See, I want to watch those because the second night is just the Evil Dead.
I can't wait for
trilogy,
Bubba
isn't it?
Hotep because I've never seen him before, but I
Same.
really, really want. Do you two know what Bubba Hotep is?
No, I don't know what the
No.
hell
You
you're
both know
talking
who
about.
Bruce.
Well,
you know both know who Bruce Campbell is, of course.
Yeah.
You watch?
Soup?
Yes. No.
Oh my god.
Bruce Campbell of Evil Dead fame.
I
But
fucking know who Bruce Campbell
but
is.
you
yes.
wanna? I didn't mean to take over, Brian. You
But
want to
anyway,
explain Bubba Hotep?
Bubba Hotep, Bruce Campbell plays Elvis, who never died and is living in a retirement home with
thought
a
it was
black
Elvis-
JFK.
I thought it was an Elvis impersonator. He's just Elvis.
He's just Elvis. Actually, no one knows if he's actually Elvis or not, but he definitely thinks he's Elvis.
Okay.
But his best friend is a black person who thinks he's JFK. I think that one's actually like he's not JFK because duh, he's black. But basically, I think like something with a mummy happens and like
I think
demons
it's,
are resurrected,
like,
so Elvis has to fight these spirits in a mummy's tomb.
I think it's like the mummy invades the nursing home or some shit. Whatever it is, it sounds really stupid, and I'm excited to watch it.
Yes, it's like peak B movie schlock, and I'm so here for it.
When did this come
Also,
out?
like
A long time ago.
90s maybe.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Like, it's newer than the
A millennia ago.
He definitely made it after the Evil Dead trilogy. I'm sorry, I'm like looking it up real quick. I'm excited. I almost watched it for class once, but then like no one came to class that day we were gonna watch it. So my teacher was just like, "I'm just gonna tell you guys what you got in your finals, and then you just leave." I'm
Oh,
like,
that sucks. You should have been like, let's watch it.
yeah, I know. I can't believe it. But yeah, anyway, apparently the movie was praised for Bruce Campbell having like a spot on Elvis impersonation. Like everyone's like, I can't believe how good his Elvis
Really?
is.
Or
Everyone's
is
just like, I can't believe how good his Elvis is in this movie.
Are there people who... Because, like, I've never heard a good Elvis impression. I've just heard people doing the cartoony, like, I can't do it.
I mean, how
But
many-
That sounded like Sylvester Stallone.
I mean, you've never seen any Elvis biographies, right?
No.
No. So you haven't seen Michael Shannon, I think, did it once.
Who's Michael Shannon? I know that name.
Oh, he's the guy everyone knows but doesn't know his name. But he was in...
Is he in Knives Out?
Yeah.
He
was the
Kane.
one with Kane.
Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Because when I asked who he was in Knives Out, you said that exact same sentence. You
Yeah.
said, "Oh, he's the guy that no one knows, but
Yeah,
he's in
Michael
everything."
Shannon played him in a movie called Elvis and Nixon. And Nixon was played by Kevin Spacey.
Were they in like rival bands?
What? There's an Elvis documentary made by, I think, John Carpenter. And Kurt Russell played Elvis Presley.
Huh.
And that was like actually like a biography, like detailing like the end of his career, I think. Or, I don't know, middle to end.
But yeah, I'm excited for the Bruce Campbell event. I almost bought the most expensive ticket because that one allows you to take a picture with them. But it's a 6 foot away social distancing
they're
picture,
like,
which they should do. But I'm also like, if I'm gonna spend like $100 on a picture, I might as well just wait
wanna be,
until he
like,
goes to
near
Comic-Con or
him.
something. I want to
Yeah.
be able to smell him in the photo.
You want to smell his sweet chin?
Catch a whiff of that chin.
You're going to have to say that again.
I was gonna say that was
Ryan.
way too quiet.
Catch a whiff of his chin.
There you go.
Big sniff. Bruce, your chin.
The crimson chin.
Ryan, what have you been up to lately?
What have I been up to? God. I beat Halo 2 with Chef last night. Yeah.
How many times have you played through Halo 2?
Once on my own when the anniversary came out, once with you, once with him, and Brian and I have to finish it.
So you're about to
that'll be
finish. You finished round 3 and you're about to finish round 4. right
Yeah,
away.
basically.
We're close to beating it, though, right?
Yeah. We Chef and I went through from the point where we stopped to the end last night.
Nice.
So we were like, we're good. We're gooch.
we're
won't take
gooch.
that
We're
long.
good. Yeah, we're
Means we'll have to redo the shitty final boss again.
Oh god.
Donkey Kong?
Yeah.
I don't know. Every time someone brings up the final boss of Halo 2, which is a very specific thing to bring up, I always think Donkey Kong because it's just like a monkey with a
Tartarus.
hammer.
It's Tartarus with the brute chieftain. He has
it's-
the-
Sucks.
I think it's a joke that Donkey made in a video, and it's just stuck in my brain so hard where I'm like, yes, this is Donkey
Yeah.
Kong.
yeah. Bungie never got boss fights down.
They dropped the ball super fucking hard.
Yeah.
In Halo 2.
Like, I love Halo 2 overall. I think it's
It was-
great.
It was good game,
Yeah.
except
Except the boss fights. Like, music's great. The remastered graphics look awesome.
so good.
The story in 2 is so much better than the first one. Man, those boss fights.
Fucking-
Like, the first one's fine against the flying double
Yeah,
shot guy. It's like,
it's quick.
Yeah.
It's quick for a boss fight, but it's fine.
yeah, it's whatever. And then the second one, you come into the Pope's chambers and you gotta latch onto his Frieza hovermobile
Yeah, you-
thing and you punch the fuck out of him and he goes,
And it's not even like a satisfying punch. You're
No,
pressing
it's
a
not.
button. Master Chief gives him like a love tap.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, 'cause I mean,
he's
you do
just
it.
like moving his arm back and forth.
Yeah.
Like someone was
As-
just like do the mocap
As
for
the
it.
fucking worm pope is going,
yeah.
I played all of the Halo games besides 5. I don't remember them having boss fights.
Because 2's the only one that really does.
I remember
3 has
the-
one
I remember
moment
the-
where
the-
it kind of does.
I
but that's
remember
it.
Donkey Kong at the end of 2, and I remember the end of 4 has that like shitty like
It's not even a boss
QTE
fight,
thing,
it's just a QTE thing.
and then is all I remember.
yeah, they
3 doesn't have any boss fights or anything.
3 has one kind of boss fight moment against a character, kind of. It's near the end. It's like the second to last mission, and that's it. There aren't any other like boss fights things. The closest thing the other games get to is like hard encounters where you're like defending one position from like a bunch of enemies or whatever, but there's never like boss fights. 5 has 7 boss fights. They're all the same boss fight against the same character.
Well, is it?
It sucks. I mean, okay, it's fine. As a boss fight, it's actually fine. It's just you have to do it 7 fucking times. And then on the last one you have to fight the boss.
That's like
but he's 3 of
4
him.
too many.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
The rule of threes.
Yeah, but getting back to Halo 2, so yeah, you fight the alien worm pope on his little
and
thing.
it would be a fine boss fight if you didn't have to punch him as many times as you do.
Yeah, there's a lot of punching him, yeah.
Because it's just a fine arena fight where you just do that. So if it was like, do it twice,
Yeah.
that'd be fine. It'd be nice and snappy and good. And the fight wouldn't drag on, but it drags on because you have to beat the shit out of him.
Yeah, like if you just got on him, hit him really hard once, and then he like teleported away or whatever, and then you did that 3 times, it'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. Or like you grab onto the back of him, you like smash a grenade on it or something, and it like blows it up a bit
Yeah.
or some shit like that. I think that'd be fine. But it's no, you just have to sit there and fucking wail on this old
Yep.
man for like 10 minutes.
And then there's no boss fight, I think, until the final
Until
boss.
Tartarus, yeah, Tartarus is the last
Which
boss fight.
is terrible. It's poorly designed. The map is not good.
Yeah, it also made it worse that he like glitched out on us a few times.
Yeah.
I think it's a glitch because he's supposed to be in the middle ring. I think.
So that Johnson can hit him.
Yeah, because the way the boss fight works is you have Johnson, Best Boy Johnson, shooting at him with a laser rifle, and he has to hit him 3 times in a row, and then his shields go down, and then you hit him. And yeah, you have to do that. I think you only have to do that 3 times, actually. 3 or 4 times. You have to actually hit him. It's just the problem that you have to wait for Johnson every fucking time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Anyway, yeah, you have to wait for that, and then you have to hit him and whatever. But they're like so weird, and it's like that's why for 3 they were like, yeah, let's not do that again.
And then, but like the arena itself is bad because you can
Yeah.
easily just accidentally step into the teleporter that takes you all the way up to the top ring. You have to jump back down to the middle ring, and if you fall on accident to the bottom ring, guess what? The lift teleporter brings you up to the top ring.
That's the most baffling part of the whole thing is the fact that if you're in the bottom, you have to go all the way back up to the top every time
And
you
then
want to
drop
come
back
up.
down. And if you
It's like,
drop
what?
down,
It could literally just be one platform.
yeah.
I don't even know why they bothered to have 2 or 2 or 3. Like it's bizarre.
But if you drop down onto the middle and Tartarus is there and he just bonks you,
yeah.
end.
I think that fight would have worked a lot better if it was set up less that you have to wait for his shields to go down and then hit him or something, and it was more of a you have to like slow him down and like hold him off so Miranda can get the index thing
Yeah.
while she's doing that shit. Because like they have her going around the thing on the top already that you can't see because you have to focus on Monkey Man.
Yeah.
It's like that's another thing that I don't think is as much of a problem in any of the newer ones. It's a problem in the library in Halo 1, and it's a problem in that mission where people are saying things while action's happening, and they're way too quiet,
Yes.
and you have no idea what the fuck's going on. And it's like important, not like super important in Halo 2, but in Halo 1, it's like, hey, here's all the lore about the Flood while you're fighting 1 billion of them and can't listen, and the audio is position specific, so
Yeah.
you have to be close to the guy to even hear anything.
Another time it happened in Halo 2 was while the the one prophet is talking and the grave mind is responding.
Oh yeah, there's some really fucking like good dialogue too there and everything. It's just you can't hear any of it.
Because you're in a long firefight and
Yeah.
they're talking and you're like, I can't hear you over these guns.
Yeah, it's.
Well,
it's
I'll
bizarre.
get there when I get there, I guess.
Yeah,
I have no idea what you guys are saying the whole time.
yeah, that's fine. We'll get there at some point this week.
Parker described it as Donkey Kong, and
Well,
immediately
he's
I
a
was
big
like,
monkey.
all right.
He's got a hammer, doesn't he?
Yeah. So
Which is like, I mean, Donkey Kong doesn't have a hammer. He gets
mixed
hammered.
with Mario.
Imagine Donkey Kong had the hammer.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know, all right. Coolest thing I've ever seen Donkey Kong do in the Mario baseball game.
Punch a baseball.
Yeah, he doesn't pick up a glove. He doesn't pick up a bat. He just wears a boxing glove and punches the baseball. Fucking
When you
sick.
said, you know what the coolest thing
Pretty
Donkey
raw.
Kong ever did, and I didn't even hear you say baseball. My immediate thought was in Mario Super Sluggers, he punches the baseball. That was like my immediate first
Yeah,
guess.
because it's the coolest thing he ever did. Man, I wish. I mean, I haven't played a ton of Mario sports games. I'd like to play some of the GameCube era stuff.
Yo, I love Mario Super Sluggers, but that's a Wii game though.
No.
I played it, dude. Don't argue with
But
me.
there's also a GameCube one. The Wii one's the second one.
Yeah.
There definitely is. I just don't know what the game
Is it
GameCube
just like
one's
Mario Sluggers as opposed
I
to
I
think it
bet
might
you.
be. I think it
and I
is.
bet you the Wii one's just Mario Super Sluggers.
Yeah.
But then like the Mario Golf on GameCube is supposed to be good, and the Mario Tennis is supposed to be good, and I was just like, that's one of those Nintendo series that fizzled out, and Nintendo just puts them out without any care anymore. There's been
Yeah.
Nintendo's done that with I think a couple of things, but Mario.
The newest one was tennis, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. There's some. It's like 2D Mario games got ran into the ground, and they did that super hard with Mario sports games, and it just kind of sucks because they're like really cool games.
Mario Super Sluggers, I've had so many good memories of though. It's so good. You can if you have two people that are compatible, like Donkey Kong and Diddy Kong, or Mario and Luigi, or Peach and Daisy. When they're in the outfield, you can have them literally jump on top of each other and make them do like a super jump and catch a ball that was supposed to be a home run.
The GameCube one is called Mario Superstar Baseball.
All right. Yeah, I played Mario Super
Oh.
Sluggers.
Mario Strikers
Mm.
is supposed to be really good, like the soccer one or whatever.
Yeah.
Dude, that one is like has like weirdest art style ever for a Mario game ever. It's like Mario Apocalypse for some reason.
I think that's the
It does not look-
second one. I'm not sure.
No, that's all of them.
I know that
Mario
they
Soccer.
were. It was a big deal that they were like teen rated.
Yeah, that
Because
was,
I think Bowser
it-
punches the fuck out of someone.
it had an art style that literally looked like it was like post-apocalyptic. Like everybody was wearing like armor.
Yeah, especially
all the art looked like graffiti, like street art.
The art looks sick.
It's weird. Everybody was mad at each other. Everybody was like Kirby Box Art USA mad.
Even more intense than that. Kirby. I was gonna say Kirby USA mad is just adding lines to make his eyes look angry.
Kirby wearing Ryu's bandana mad.
All right, Chef. Would you up to anything else besides Halo?
I've been cooking recently, living up to my moniker.
Oh yeah, Chef.
Oh,
Yeah,
what have you
because-
been cooking?
Well, I was gonna say another thing because before now I was more of a baker, and so
Babka.
yeah,
Chef makes babka.
yes I do. But things I have cooked include Cornish hens. Ryan watched.
Yeah, you
Mar-
live streamed it in the Discord.
I live
didn't you?
streamed it at a family event in which some of my aunts were like, "You watching? Was that Chef cooking?" I was like, "Yes."
That's good.
I made Cornish hens. I made meatloaf.
What's it? Okay, is a Cornish hen just like a tiny hen? Is
Yes.
that like a specific type?
It's just a small hen.
Have you ever had drunken chicken?
No.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you, so I don't even know if you were interested in that.
Chef, you ever had PB&J before?
What the fuck is that?
You ever hear of cereal?
Holy shit.
Wacky.
Oh, do you want to know about drunken chicken though?
No.
Tell me.
You
It's-
force feed a
When
chicken
you,
a 40.
When you grill a chicken, you literally stick a can of beer in the chicken and you let it soak up the juices from the beer.
You know,
Like,
chicken.
I don't think that it's
A whole
When you-
can?
when
juices from the beer. I
A
think
whole
it's beer.
can?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's
What? A whole
I
can?
know what he's
Yeah, you
talking
stick a can of beer in the chicken. Yeah.
it's okay.
And when you grill it, it's
You
supposed to,
open
like,
the can.
soak in like
Okay.
alcohol is basically gone.
Thank you for clarifying that, because he just said stick the can in.
That would explode.
Oh wait, you thought?
Yeah, you just said stick the can in.
Oh man.
Like, you got a little some
Because the
metal
actual
shards
metal
in
of the
there.
can is in there, right?
Wait, what?
You put the metal of the can in the chicken, right?
Yeah, I mean,
The metal of the can.
Well,
I mean,
like,
sticking out. You don't actually like put the whole
Yeah,
can in. It's like
Oh.
sticking out a bit.
and
like-
you open it, I assume, so that it doesn't burst.
Yeah.
Kablooey. Yeah, today I was making rice to go with my chicken and broccoli stir fry, and when I put the pot down, there was a little bit of water like right on the bottom of it that was basically sealed in by the pot.
Oh,
So I'm heating it, and I look over, and the pot's jumping up and down, and I'm like, "Uh-oh." I almost made a bomb.
no.
But I just picked the pot up and let it boil off before I put it back down. All worked out in the end.
Crisis
Yeah.
averted.
Yep.
You should cook us something. You should bring something to next week.
We
What,
should all bring
what
something next
foods
week.
do you like plan on learning and you want to make?
Learning food.
To cook? What?
You missed the verb in there. Like
Whatever. I'm trying to have a nice conversation, and every time I try to bring up the nice conversations, everyone's like, "Brian can't speak English correctly."
Well, I'm planning to learn the chicken fried steak tomorrow.
Chicken fried steak.
Yes.
Is there chicken in that?
No, there's steak.
Why is it called chicken fried
I
then?
think
Because you.
Why isn't
I
it?
think
Wait,
you bread it and fried
I've
it like
heard
chicken.
it called
Yeah.
country fried steak.
yeah, you could call it
The
that
same thing.
too.
Same
Alright.
thing. That makes more sense to me, honestly.
I've
Well,
eaten.
yeah.
I've the only
That-
chicken. The only like
I'm just
country
saying.
fried chicken fried steak I've ever eaten is like college cafeteria one,
Yes.
which was like, imagine if a chicken patty was beef.
God.
I've never had country fried steak, but I remember a friend of mine ordered it at a diner once, and I was so jealous that I didn't order it. I was looking at it like, damn, that looks good.
I
I can
ordered
order
it after we went to see Avengers Infinity War at Denny's.
No, that was
That's right.
wasn't it Endgame we went to Denny's after?
I think we went both times.
Both times.
Yeah.
No.
Did we?
No,
Almost like a
because
tradition.
Infinity War we saw. Like,
No, Infinity
here.
War we saw.
I
in our
was
hometown.
there.
Oh, yeah,
We didn't
then
go
it
to
was
Denny's.
I was
Endgame.
there.
Then it must have been Endgame
I was
then.
not there when you guys watched
So anyway.
Endgame, and I've never been to Denny's. So
Well,
Okay, well then there you go.
Yeah, we're at Denny's at like 3 in the morning, and I ordered this like fried steak, and I felt it when I went to bed at 5.
Yeah, because everyone else got like breakfast shit, and you got
Yeah.
this like
Bacon and eggs.
steak. Yeah.
A B&E.
You can eat whatever you want for breakfast.
yeah,
Yeah, but you're wrong.
I've had ice
No,
cream for
I-
breakfast.
my most common breakfast in high school was spaghetti.
Yeah, I know, and that's gross.
Listen. If I wake up with 10 minutes to make food and eat it, I'm going
I
to
cook
get
a whole pot of
leftovers.
spaghetti.
Throw fucking cereal
No.
in a bowl and you.
That's not
Eat it.
breakfast. That's fucking sugar. Like
You put toast in your mouth and you run to school like you're an anime character.
Parker, are you gonna slander cereal right now?
I like
to my
cereal, but I
face.
don't like it as a meal because it's like
No.
What?
It's not a whole meal.
you were telling me to eat it for breakfast.
Yeah, if you need something quick for in the
I
morning.
need something quick every day because I wake up right before I go. like I don't know, because I used to, in high
It
school
sounds like a
especially I
you
would like
problem.
in high school I would shower before I
Yeah.
would shower in the morning.
I would
so
just
then
not eat breakfast.
Yeah, I don't eat breakfast.
if I don't eat breakfast,
Yeah, I don't
feel
eat breakfast. And
within-
I know for a fact it's not good to do, but like I don't have an appetite in the morning. So
Not
just-
eating
Oh, yeah.
breakfast makes me feel nauseous like way before lunch.
Well, see,
I just
I
wait
would
till noon.
in the mornings during high school and stuff. I would feel nauseous right in the morning. That's why I wouldn't eat
No,
breakfast
I
a lot
would-
of the time. I would wake up and go, I cannot eat. I will throw up.
No,
right
no,
now."
like I would feel fine. It was like an hour later I'd be like, "Oh, I feel nauseous. I didn't eat anything." And then I have to eat something. I don't know. I also eat like 5 meals a day because
Small meals, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean like a bowl or something.
Yeah.
I don't get seconds every time for dinner usually. But like I ate dinner before coming here, and when I go back home in like at like 9 or 10 p.m. I'm probably gonna eat dinner again because I've had a real bad habit lately as in like the past couple of years of eating a meal at like midnight, like a full meal.
Yeah.
No, yeah, that's how I've been recently because we've been working full time and everything and like getting up early. I haven't been eating breakfast like consistently at all.
I still eat breakfast.
I've done that
okay,
also.
see-
But I'm trying to stop that,
Yeah.
but it's so hard because at around like 10 or 11 p.m., I legit get really hungry. And I'm like, I need to eat.
That's my problem
And the
too.
thing is, there are times where like like Thanksgiving dinner, you eat like a whole big plate of food, and then you get really sleepy afterwards. Like my mentality is always like, oh, maybe that'll happen if I eat a big meal, and no, that's
that's partially
that's a
'cause it
horrible
doesn't
mentality
happen.
to have.
It's also because turkey specifically makes you sleepy. Did you know that?
Yeah, it does.
No, yeah, I do.
See,
know
turkey
that,
sandwiches,
but, like,
bro. Problem solved.
Yeah. just make a turkey every day.
No, what I was gonna say was my bad habit is I don't eat breakfast, then I eat lunch, then I eat like regular dinner, and then that's when I'm like, okay, now my third meal of the day is at 10, 11 o'clock.
No, I will.
So it's like
I eat the 3 normal meals of the day and then an additional one at night.
damn.
And my during like peak quarantine, where I didn't have a full-time job at the time, I was just working online a little bit and I was finishing up classes for college. My meal schedule was like wake up at noon, eat breakfast, 2 p.m. eat lunch, 4 p.m. eat dinner, 7 p.m. eat second dinner, midnight feast.
Hobbit.
I was literally just gonna say, what are you, a fucking Hobbit?
11Z's.
second breakfast. We've been talking about bad habits a lot, but I
I
started
thought you
good.
said bad hobbits.
I started a good habit. I've been drinking tea every day now.
Yo,
As,
join the
like-
club. Me and Chef drink tea all the time, and we make tea, and then Chef Ryan goes, "Can I have coffee?"
Yep.
Every
Oh,
time.
I don't like tea. It doesn't taste like nothing. I'm a big baby.
You
Oh, I put honey in my tea.
I should do that.
you
That's
had,
really, I just had tea with nothing in it. And
yeah,
that's
you had
what my
black tea
problem
last
was.
time, right?
Yeah, that's what the problem
Black
was.
tea is
I'll
good with-
I'll
oh,
try
yeah,
it
they
again
had
and put
chai
stuff in
tea.
it.
Well,
yeah.
chai tea is a kind of black.
Vanilla chai.
I like matcha tea because there's some caffeine in it, but not as much as like coffee and all that. So
Not
like,
even
it,
as much as black tea.
Yeah, like so like it wakes you up, but also like it's not
Yeah.
horrible amounts for you, but also has like a bunch of like nice things like antioxidants and bullshit like that. And with honey, it tastes really good to me.
That Japanese restaurant by my college had genmai tea. Did I say that right? Genmai, I think that's what it is. Rice tea. I like that. Kind of tastes like rice, but I like it.
Rice water.
Chef, we were talking about tea drinking the other day, and now I want us to have like a web series where we both wear like fancy robes and we both have like tea, but we talk about sci-fi movies. So like,
Can I get in on
Like,
this?
so
why
like,
why fancy robes?
Yeah, that's where I'm lost.
yeah,
you don't
like-
gotta wear
like
no-
a country club.
Oh, like
They don't wear
Like
robes at a
bathrobes.
country club. They wear country club attire.
Yeah, shut up.
I don't know. When I think of
Because
when
it's
I
comfy and we're in the comfort of whoever's house we'd be in.
when I think of the guy in the like relaxing robe or whatever drinking by the fire, I think of the most dangerous game, and then I'm like, you gonna go hunt people afterwards?
Ah, yes.
No, but I want a web series where me and Chef both have tea, and we'll like have different tea every episode, so we can talk about the tea. But it will also be about watching a different sci-fi movie every week, and we'll talk about it.
Sure.
Hell yeah!
Can
All
I
right.
guest? Can I guest star on it?
Sure, I guess.
Keep your eyes and ears open, listener, for that to appear on, I guess, our YouTube channel.
That will never
what are you gonna
happen.
call
It
it?
will not.
I don't know.
You could
Wait,
combine.
you think I thought this through?
Sneet Squad
No.
T. You could call it Teat Squad. You drink milk instead.
straight from the teat.
We just call it Sneet tea. Sneet tea, like sweet tea, Sneet tea.
That's close.
Sneet tea with Brian Chef.
But it doesn't have the sci-fi part in it.
Doesn't matter. Oh my god, you want everything?
Yeah, I
Fucking,
want
like,
everything.
Well,
The
yeah,
sci-fi
if you-
part's the
put
part people
100%
would
in,
watch
Brian.
for,
Make it-
not
make
the
it
key part.
Sneet tea Adventures in Space with Brian Chef.
That's a horrible
That's a
title.
horrible
That's-
title,
I like
which is
that
why I
title.
only want.
I like it.
It's a terrible title.
It's bad, but I like it.
Let's watch the first episode. We'll watch Barbarella.
Sure.
Sneet Tea Adventures in Space. Your acronym is STACE.
Yes, Stace. Better than
Stace.
STD.
Stace.
Star Trek Discovery.
Amazing.
You should just review each episode of every Star Trek show. That's so many episodes you
Oh
can make.
God.
But they would be like quick to make. 'Cause you only
I'd
gotta
be
watch
down
an
because for the
episode.
most part, it would be me watching the episodes for the first time. So it would be you watching them as like a huge fan of Star Trek, and me watching the episodes for the first time.
It would
and
be
having my impressions on it.
30 minutes straight of Chef talking and Brian going, "Yeah, I thought it was cool."
Yeah.
I like the part when the big monster came by and Kirk had to punch it in the face.
I like when the pointy nose guy spread his fingers and said, "May the force be with you."
I liked when they argued about being black on the right side and white on the left side.
Damn.
I like the part where Kirk had a son.
Who wants to tell that story?
Not me.
That's fine. I can.
With joy.
if you want me to.
Well, we have to tell it
Oh,
now.
okay, yeah, that's
Well,
true.
yeah, you
All right,
brought it up.
Yeah, okay. Well, too bad then. So we watched all of the Star Trek movies before most of it. Well, Chef had watched it all, but Brian and I
I
hadn't
only
seen-
watched Star Trek 3 with you, so I was there
Yeah.
for the first part of this.
Yeah. So I'd never seen. I don't remember. Was that before or after I'd started watching the original series? Did you give me that like recommendation after or
I think it was after.
after? Okay. So yeah, I hadn't seen like any of the original series or anything. Brian hadn't seen any of it. We were just watching all the movies together, and
I watched the new trilogy movies with like Chris Pine,
Like,
and
barely counts.
Zachary Quinto.
that's true. I had watched the first of those movies
You had
and the
watched-
third one.
You had
and the
watched
third
all
one.
3 of them.
I didn't watch the second one. I
Yeah,
watched
you
the third
did.
one.
We watched it in this basement
Yes.
before the third one came out.
I don't remember that.
That doesn't
We
mean that
did
you
right
didn't
here.
watch it. It's
Well,
just not
that's
a good
fine.
movie.
That's why I didn't think to say that because I didn't remember it. Okay.
We double featured before the third one came out.
Totally forgot that.
You remember that?
Anyway, so yeah, I guess I've seen the entire new trilogy and that one. Anyway, point of the story is we were watching the original series movies, and we get to
Star Trek 3 is the one
yeah,
with Kirk's son in it.
3
Well,
is the one
he's
where
in 2.
Yeah,
that's
two
that's
is where
that's why
Yeah.
that's how this got
yeah,
brought up.
I couldn't remember
that.
who was introduced in 3 and like came up again in 4 if it was
No.
2 or 3. So Kirk ends up having spoilers. Kirk ends up having a son in Star Trek 2, and then we watched that. We're like, all right, cool.
And he's like a main character in the
Yeah,
third movie.
yeah. So he's
Wait. When was the character introduced? That's
we were
what
just
I wanna
saying,
know.
too.
Introduced in 2,
Okay.
and is a big main character there, and in 3.
So we get to 3.
No. 3, he's the main character. That's not when this happened. It was 4
No,
is when...
it happened during 3.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, it's at like near the end of 3, where spoilers again. Kirk's son fucking dies, and then he like says something about like, oh, they killed my son or something.
But
And
no,
then-
no. It's the next movie, because I was there for that, but I wasn't there when Brian said it. When you were watching the next movie, somebody says, blah, 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 my son is dead. Kirk says something, and Brian...
Oh yeah, so okay, I guess so. So in the next movie, Kirk brings up his dead son. Brian looks at him and is like, Kirk had a son?
Major character from the last 2 movies.
Like, Brian.
I'll rewatch them one day. Whatever. I enjoyed those movies.
They're fun. They're-
I've only
whales.
seen-
I like the one with the
Like,
whales.
everybody can tell me like, "Oh, you weren't paying attention," but it's like, but I also like them. Like, I'd be down to
I'm
watch
just
them
busting
again.
your balls
Yeah,
about the
it's not-
Kirk
it's
son
not
thing.
like-
I don't doubt you
no
like
one's
them. I
mad
just
at-
thought it was funny.
No one's mad at you for
Yeah.
it. It's just funny.
It's hard for me to pay attention. It's hard, guys. Whatever.
Oh man.
I'm surprised I could get through all of that. No, I'm sorry. I'm surprised that like the Star Trek movies, they're not long. They're never like
No, they're
more than
not.
2 hours, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well,
Like, Mhm.
One is. That's
Oh.
a long movie.
okay, yeah, but I don't think I've seen it because I've
No.
only seen the ones that you've shown me.
Don't
I
you,
haven't
like-
we
seen the
skipped
first
that one.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised I forgot something like that. But we were watching Once Upon a Time in the West the other day, and I
Mhm.
was like intrigued by it like the whole time. But that's probably just because I love westerns, so I was just like enjoying it the whole time.
I liked it a lot,
And
but
that's
I
like
got
2 hours 40 minutes, I think.
yeah, I liked it a lot, but I got a little sleepy at 2 points
Yeah,
because when I get sleepy and like wake up because I'm like didn't want to fall asleep,
Yeah.
I go like so there were 2 points where all of a sudden I'm sure everybody.
I
heard me just,
actually didn't hear it, but I know Chef and another friend of ours
Wait,
they
why do
heard
you
it and
make
they were
a
like,
noise?
"Whoa, what?"
I don't know. I just because it's like
He
me
was
going, oh god, I
startled.
don't want to be asleep, and I go,
When I do that, I like my like head bobs. I think.
yeah.
I don't know. Have you seen me do that?
I think so.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, I loved Once Upon a Time in the West. I'm so happy I got to finally watch it.
It was a great movie.
It's Leon, right?
Yeah. Rest in peace, Ennio Morricone.
When did he
which
die?
I don't know if I said his name right. Like a month ago?
Oh wow, I was making a joke. I thought it was gonna be somebody who died like a long time ago.
No, like it happened
was recent.
very recently.
Who is it? That one of the say
Ennio Morricone.
is
I
that
hope
one of
is
the
like-
actors in the film?
He made the music.
Oh,
So he's the guy that made wah wah wah.
that song that's in Lion King 1.5,
Is it?
I think, or they make fun of it.
I mean,
That's like the first time I
everybody-
remember hearing that.
Everybody makes fun of it, but think of that like one of the most popular songs in westerns as a genre.
I would
That
probably say
composer
the
just
most.
died.
I can't think of another song from Western besides the
This is true.
Tupac song in Django Unchained.
The
that's mixed
Tupac
with the
James Brown song, which is so badass and is like the best part of the movie in my opinion. I love that part so much. I have that song saved to a playlist also, and I listen to it every now and then.
There's a version of it on Spotify now that doesn't have any sound effects, I think.
Really? Oh, because that's not the one I have.
Okay, maybe I made it up and I got your hopes up. I don't know, but look for
Oh.
it then.
All right, whatever. But yeah, but he and Leon worked together on so much stuff. They worked on the whole Dollars trilogy, Once Upon a Time in the West, but I'm pretty sure they also did Once Upon a Time in America, and some other freaking movie. I forget. And you know the beginning part of Once Upon a Time in the West where there's like just that like wind thing just going and the guy's playing with the fly or whatever. It's a whole huge sequence of just nothing happening really, but it's like setting the tone because you know something's going to happen because the train's coming in. Originally there was supposed to be music, but no matter what Morricone wrote, nothing like seemed to fit for some reason. So what they did is I think they went back to location and recorded all the ambient sounds and just like blasted the volume so you could hear it way better. And that's how they decided to just not put music in there. And now that's like one of the most iconic like sequences in cinema history.
Yeah, I'm glad they did that.
Yeah, I can't even imagine seeing music over that scene. It'd be weird.
But mentioning things that are on Spotify, Cowboy Bebop.
I thought you were gonna say
Yeah.
our podcast.
Oh,
It
no,
is.
that's
It is
true.
actually up now.
There's
If
a
you're
good
listening
chance
to
that
our
you're listening
podcast
to
on
this there,
Spotify,
yeah.
close it and
What?
open Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, yeah.
According to the statistics, more people are listening on SoundCloud, so we'll get the Spotify audience now.
Oh, what?
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 I'm saying you said
Actually,
people, you
you're
said
saying
we're probably
people who are-
listening. You said people are probably listening on Spotify, but statistically, that's incorrect.
So
Oh,
you think they're gonna
okay,
just
whatever.
switch mid podcast?
Actually,
No.
there was more people that watched the second one, but that's because the second one was more readily available on SoundCloud and Spotify.
Anyway, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
yeah.
So
Cowboy Bebop.
yeah, that was probably the biggest event of my weekend. This was like 2 nights ago, but I've been waiting literally years, but all of the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, all 3 albums, 3 albums for the show, 1 album for the movie, and 2 mini albums for the show. All of it's on Spotify now. Under Seatbelts, which is the name of the band, and you can also type Japanese and get Shitoberutsu and get that also, which kind of upsets me because they're listed as 2 different artists. So because I like keep track of like Spotify stats, like what artists are my top of the month or whatever, and I had to make sure I got all of one and not the other because it would mix up, like the stats wouldn't come out right.
Yeah.
But yeah, That was what, 2 nights ago, like midnight. 2 nights ago, so not like basically yesterday was when they were first out, and
It was while we were watching Once Upon a Time in the West, I think.
and I listened to all 4 albums and all Too Many albums since then, just like while I was working and stuff, because the the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack is amazing. Like, did you listen to any of it, Chef? You're the one who brought it up.
Not on Spotify, but I've listened to it before.
The song in the movie soundtrack is my favorite, and the song "Diggin'." Maybe I'm just dumb and horny. That song. I love that song. Like the first thing I did when I saw those is I just went through the songs I already know super well and just put them in my like favorite songs playlist, because I was like, yeah, Yo Pumpkinhead, what a good song.
Yes. A period of time where Parker would do nothing but bring up that song.
It's a good
I remember
song.
that.
The different eras of our lives where it's that time Parker always brought up X song.
I think that's
What
think
other
that's when we
songs?
discovered
What other
the Parker
songs do you remember
dance.
me bringing up all the time besides "Ocean Man" by Ween?
Maybe not songs,
2,
but
3,
Billy
4.
Joel, I guess.
I love Billy Joel.
I know you brought him up a lot before.
But I think the
I don't think there's a problem. I'm just saying that's what happened.
I think the Yo Pumpkinhead era coincides with the discovering the Parker dance era.
There's no dance. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes.
One day, if we ever record like
A video.
live video footage, I'll show the Parker dance.
There is no Parker dance. I
It's the
don't.
Parker wave.
It
No,
doesn't
I
exist
don't-
anymore because I pointed it out.
Yeah,
There's
so
no
it doesn't do
dance.
it anymore.
But it existed for years until I pointed it out.
My
No
ass,
dance.
there's no dance. This is a distinct dance that we all knew about.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I said
I'm
something
a
and we
little
all went, yeah.
Yeah,
Parker
everyone
dance.
was like, "Oh yeah, that thing he
Yes,
does
yes.
that he
Mhm,
don't
yes,
he
of
don't
course.
won't do anymore because he's a big baby and
And,
refuses."
One day he'll lower his guard and it'll happen, and we'll all scream.
we will howl like
If you
fucking
do that,
apes.
you do that, I'll fucking cry and go home.
Because when it happens, it'll be okay. Because the scenario where it happens is where it's like a couple drinks in at a party or something, and it'll be a lot of people, and we're listening to music, and you'll like be in a corner, and you'll do it, and we'll
Fucking rabid monkeys.
point like apes.
bullying our friend because he's enjoying music.
That's a good podcast title, Brian.
All right. I guess I'm gonna have to remember that.
Write it down. So
I'm focusing on this.
Aren't
right
you
now.
listening?
I'll write it
Don't
down.
you listen through the entire thing when you edit?
To be honest, yeah.
Well then,
Yeah.
Although that
Why do you
makes it
need
easier, just so I'm like, oh, I need.
if
to
you want,
remember
I can mark it by yelling right here.
to be honest, when I do that, it's
You
always
just
like
ignored that
just ignored
completely.
No, I totally ignored it. Anyway, but what I was saying, like, actually, when I have deja vu. Did we do this before also?
Yes,
No?
we
Okay.
talked about it already.
But no, to be honest, when I listen to the podcast, it's usually like background noise because it's usually almost 2 hours whenever we record.
yeah.
So I
and
have
you're
to
just
like,
listening to like what, like
I have to, like-
audio issues or whatever.
yeah,
that
if
you
it's
need
like
to fix.
if it's like way too low, because I try to keep it like I put my headphones on and put on like this. I don't change the volume at all. If it's getting too low, then I try to like change it as much as possible for the better. But yeah, like for the most part, like I don't actually pay attention to what we're talking to because we already talked about it. Why do I have to fucking? Every now and then, like I'll like hear like Brian edit this out. I'm like, oh, I should probably like re-listen to this to see what I have to edit out. And then half the time you people at home will hear Brian edit this out and they'll
You just don't.
and then they'll know like, oh, Brian didn't edit this out.
Or it's you going, I'm gonna edit this out, and then
There's one time where I was. There's always a reason why I don't edit stuff
Yeah,
out. Most of the time, it's because like, what's the point of editing it out? This is actually like nothing wrong with it. I actually think it's nice to be as candid as possible, and whenever like we acknowledge something or whatever. But then there are also times where it's like the edit is way too hard, and also like if I cut something out, what we talk about afterwards is such like a left turn that there's no transitions that we ever do.
Brian,
Maybe what?
edit this out.
No,
Fuck you.
I said no.
Too late. We were kind of going through everybody's weeks.
My week was just the Cowboy Bebop soundtrack. That's the only notable thing I did this week. I try and remember, and I think I just stared at a wall all week. I can't remember shit.
No.
I did something. I have started watching Yu Yu Hakusho,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
which is
I don't know what that is.
an anime.
It's a it's an
by the
anime
guy
that
that
was
did
on
Hunter
when we
x
were
Hunter.
little, like on Toonami. It's like a classic. Tell Brian
Thank you
Brian.
for
So Brian doesn't know what it
waking
is.
me
Tell him the
up.
premise.
Well, in the first couple episodes, the premise is kid dies, has to come back to life by doing something. I don't know. It's like he's got to
he
feed
has to
good
investigate.
vibes to an egg. An egg.
What?
Oh, the egg. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
there's
been a
a-
while since I read
Yeah,
it.
there's an egg, and he has to feed it good vibes so that he can come back when it hatches. But then he throws it in a fire, and the god decides, okay, you proved your character, I'll let you come back anyway, but you have to be a spirit detective, which is, I assume, the rest of the show.
Yeah. Also, the only reason he gets a chance to come back to life is because he like saves a girl from getting hit by a truck. I
He
think.
saves a little kid.
Little
Yeah.
kid,
See, I that's how he died, right?
yeah. Yeah.
See, I would watch Toonami when I was little when I remembered it was on because it was Saturday nights and busy. You do stuff Saturday nights. It's the weekend. I'm a kid. I'm probably watching another channel of TV. But I distinctly remember I tuned in when the first episode of Yu Yu Hakusho aired. I mean, they probably ran it start to finish more than once, but I just remember never hearing the show and seeing the first episode and being fairly young and just being shocked that this cartoon is like, oh, this guy pushed a girl out of the way of a truck and got hit and died, and that's the first episode, and I was like, what? Like,
Yeah.
Okay, so you explained to me this whole thing, and I desperately tried to figure out what you guys are talking about. I have no idea.
guy saves a little
Don't
girl.
explain it again. Something about an egg.
One more time.
I don't know why.
The egg is the thing
Brian,
that stood out to
okay,
me.
just-
And then you said something about feeding it good vibes. I'm like, what does that even
Yeah, I don't know what that
mean?
means either.
I don't know
It's
what that
weird
means.
anime bullshit.
Brian.
Real quick, I'll write it down for you one last quick time. Guy saves a kid from getting hit by a truck, gets hit himself. God goes, "All right, you're a good dude. Here's this egg. You have to do good things and make it feel good. Whatever."
What, like a school experiment? Like,
Yeah,
treat it like a
whatever.
baby, can't let it crack, get an A at the end?
Yeah,
I didn't even know
basically-
about this egg.
And then because it's only in like the first couple episodes,
They don't even
it's not
explain
a
that.
thing
It's
again.
just he gets to come back and be a spirit detective.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
so
and
the
then,
egg
and then
doesn't
as a
matter?
spirit detective, he's just like hunting evil
Well, the
spirits.
egg
or
matters
whatever.
in the first 5 episodes,
Yeah.
and then not again.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
no.
And I'm only on episode 6, so
There's like over 100, right?
Yeah, it's pretty long.
112.
It's not as long as like Hunter x Hunter, but it's pretty long.
Hunter x Hunter's longer than 112 episodes. That's crazy. Is most of that the
Most of
ant?
it is
Most of
reading.
it is the Chimera Ant arc.
that-
Yes.
I was gonna call it Alien Ant Farm Saga.
I mean,
Most of it is reading, even in the anime.
yes.
Hunter x Hunter.
Yes.
Isn't Hunter x
No.
Hunter manga like disgusting to read?
At least the newer stuff. I hate the
It-
newer arc
like,
is
isn't
like
it just,
interesting
like-
in theory, but it's like disgusting to read because it's all text.
Yeah, it's just like picture of character and then wall of text.
Yeah, basically. And I'm like, I can't follow this anymore. Like, I keep reading the new chapters, but I'm like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just waiting for Krapka to do something.
That seems like something I'd read when it was over.
You should watch the 2011 anime. If
Yeah,
you're going
at
to.
some point.
Also, you say when it's over.
Oh yeah, he's gonna die.
That's
before
funny.
it. Yeah, I was gonna say.
It's like, haha, I'm gonna read Berserk when it's over. Haha, yeah.
See, now that I think about it, like One Piece or Berserk will probably have more of a chance of ending because the author of Hunter x Hunter's been on his deathbed for years, hasn't he?
I wouldn't say deathbed, but his
But he's
like
been, like-
spine is destroyed.
But he's
Or
been in like
whatever.
horrible health.
Yeah, he said what he should do is there's all these constant
thought you-
hiatuses. Is he should let either his wife, who is the author of Sailor Moon and creator, or someone
really?
else take over. Yes, or let someone else take over the drawing and let him just write. Or he should just write a book because that's what he wants to do. Because Hunter x Hunter is basically just a fucking novel at this point.
I'm really that's one reason why I have a lot of faith in One Piece because Oda's known what the ending was for years.
Yeah, he knows how he's gonna end
He's
it.
like, I think since the beginning he's been like, yeah, this is how it's gonna end.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna make 1,000 chapters before then,
Yeah.
which is sick.
Yeah, like
Did you see
God bless.
Did you see on Twitter what today's yeah. A few years ago, George R. R. Martin posted on Twitter
Fuck yeah.
today.
Yeah.
I think it was today, July 29th, 2020.
Yes.
He was like, if the book's not done by then, you have the right to imprison me, I think he said.
Yes.
And so I saw it going on Twitter yesterday going, big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's something. He hasn't finished that, and who knows where Elden Ring is?
Do you think
That fake
that
game they announced.
do you
doesn't
think
exist.
starting a story and not finishing it makes the thing retroactively bad?
Yes.
Completely? Like
No.
Well, I
I
wouldn't
don't think
say
so.
I wouldn't say bad, but it makes it like I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
I'm never
I
gonna watch
wouldn't-
Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend anyone a story that doesn't have like a real ending, unless they're like self-contained arcs.
Is
or
it worse than
something.
having a bad ending?
No, because the
'Cause-
bad ending is some kind of
The
conclusion.
thing is, eventually it can end. There's just something in the way.
Is it better than? But it's not. But it is worse than having like a fine conclusion, right? Like something that ends and you're like, yeah, it ended.
Yeah, I'd rather that.
No. The Sopranos
would-
is still hailed
I-
as being one of like the best TV shows ever made, even
Yeah.
though everyone constantly makes fun of the ending. And
See, I hear some people
fans
like
not
the ending though.
Well,
That's
then,
like
that's the thing.
becoming a hot take.
that's-
That's like becoming a bandwagon thing.
That's the thing. If there is an ending at all, some people can at least like it. If there's nothing, it's just nothing. It doesn't
'Cause I-
like Naruto. I fucking hate Naruto's ending. It sucks shit. Stupid.
You don't
whatever.
like Naruto at all.
That's not true. I
the
like
first,
little bits.
100 chapters or
Yeah,
whatever.
they're
right?
like fine, but the ending's bad. But it's like an ending to talk about, and I'm like, I have respect for Kishimoto for fucking finishing his series after like what 700 some
I'm gonna
chapters or whatever.
put this on record that I think that there's more good Game of Thrones than there is good Naruto, right? Like percentage of Game of Thrones that is
Oh,
good.
percentage.
Have
The
you watched Game of Thrones?
I watched the first like 4 seasons.
Oh, so you watched all the good stuff?
Yeah, basically.
And the final episode.
Yeah, in the final
Well, because
episode.
what
yeah.
I was gonna say
It's
is
funny because
from what,
I've seen the final episode. I haven't seen any other episode of Game of Thrones.
That's fine.
from what I understand, a larger percentage of Game of Thrones, like just talking about the show, is good than say the Naruto manga. Like there's a smaller percentage of that is good. I would rather read Naruto than watch it. I think because I don't know, because I know it's going. I think it's just
like
'cause
starting
it's,
a story means that there is a promise of an ending at some point. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like when Naruto, like it's like Naruto starts and it's like I'm gonna become the Hokage. If that never happened, it's like fuck you.
But the thing is, like, there are some stories where they'll set something up, but then it won't happen. But because through story development and character development, like a character like changes their mind or something like that halfway through.
That's fine.
That's
As
fine.
long as there
That's-
is resolution.
Yeah, resolution is
Like
what you
Naruto
need.
could start and he
That's-
says, "I want to be the Hokage," and
And
then
then halfway through,
At
he's
first you
like-
can go, this is stupid.
Yeah.
you
Just
know,
because
I'll
a
do
character
something else.
doesn't reach their goal doesn't mean
No.
like it's a bad ending.
That's not what he's
why I'm-
saying.
Yeah, that's not my point. My point
I'm just
is
saying.
just
I'm
I
just
want
bringing it up just in
resolution.
case people were confused.
Okay.
No one's confused. Bro.
I,
All right, whatever.
I'm just kidding, Brian.
if you're confused, fuck you.
yeah,
Turn this podcast off.
yeah.
I could. I have the button right
Not
here.
you, the listener.
Brian's
Yeah,
confused.
Brian is explaining because he's confused.
No, but yeah, I just think if you have a story and you're not gonna resolve it in any kind of way, it's like fuck off. Like even like the shitty Shonen Jump mangas that start and then go nowhere because no one read them because they were bad. Like there was one recently. What the hell was it called? I can barely remember what it was called. I was talking to Chef about it the other day. It's like witch something. I don't know. There was like witches in it and sword guy that protected her. Whatever.
Sword
It was.
guy.
It wasn't good. It was like super generic and whatever. And it only went like 20 chapters. But the 20th chapter was just them fast forwarding to an ending and being like, oh yep, we fulfilled all our goals. Blah blah blah. It was all off screen. Whatever. But it's still an ending.
Yeah, I always like that because there's a general really shitty rule with American children's entertainment that, especially TV, that it can't have an ending for some reason. Like a lot of American cartoons for TV are not allowed to have a specific ending
Yeah.
because they're like, oh, I don't even know why. Because kids will
bizarre.
stop watching the reruns. I think they think that kids will stop watching the reruns if it's over or something like that.
kids keep
I
track
thought it
of
was
that
just
shit.
because they wanted to keep, in case they wanted to make more.
No, I think it's just like, oh, we're canceling you and you don't like. I don't know. I think that's been a rule
Bizarre.
for a while. Like the Muppet Show doesn't have an ending, and that show's it
That's
ran
a variety
for 5
show though.
Yeah, but
Oh, that's not.
I,
a good
okay.
example, in my
I
opinion.
even if it doesn't have a story, I feel like if you know this is the last episode, you should
make a
make
finale.
like make some kind of big deal out of it. Even you don't have to turn to the viewer or turn to the screen and say this is the final episode, but you can like make it feel a little more special. And
Chowder has an ending.
oh, Chowder's ending sucks ass.
Yeah,
But
that's why they don't end things.
But I don't know if you guys saw, the cartoon OKKO.
Mhm.
I'm gonna spoil a little bit. I haven't actually watched all of it, but
Sonic's in it.
yeah, I did watch that episode. That one's very good.
We watched it together, dude.
I know. I'm telling the
Oh, yeah, I was
telling
there
the
too.
listener. So OKKO, that cartoon had 3 seasons, I think, and then they were told we're not giving you any more, and so what they decided to do is kind of not rush, but like, okay, we're gonna make a finale, and so what they did is the second to last episode is the finale. And then for the last episode, they made an episode where they're just telling all the cool ideas for episodes that they had. And I was like, that's neat. Like, that's cute. Where they were just like, yeah, this is... And I don't know exactly how it worked. My friend who was super into the show explained it to me, like, minutes after it aired. He was all, like, hopped up, like, yo, they did this. It was really cool. So I don't know if it's just, like, characters telling stories. Or I kind of doubt that it's Ian... the creator just in front of a storyboard. I doubt it's anything like that, but I think that was a cute idea, and just acknowledging your ending. Even like I've been watching I've been watching a lot of like random clips from old Muppet stuff recently, and you guys know the Muppet production Bear in the Big Blue House?
Yes.
That like
Yeah.
Disney I found a clip from that because even the last episode of that like made it kind of clear that it was the last episode. And it's such a, like, good... often I'd say it's, like, a touching thing to do. Like, it resonates with your audience, and then you're like, oh, that's like... it's a little heartbreaking, but you're like, oh, I'm glad it had that,
Yeah.
Remember when Futurama ended a bunch of times?
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have to acknowledge it. Thank God it's a comedy, because then you can just acknowledge it and put your own spin to it. And
Yep.
How many times did they get canceled? I mean, they
Was that
ended...
3 times?
I think it was
including
3.
the actual ending?
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Whoa!
Oh, we have a guest on this episode. What's your
this
name?
lady that
Alright.
just came in?
Everybody, please welcome Siri.
Put applause right here.
Anyway, Siri, tell them all about you.
I'm not sure I understand.
This is awful.
This
This
is
is
stupid.
horrible
Put that
podcast
away.
material.
We were talking about our bad habits earlier.
Yeah, that's interesting. Someone want to listen to Siri, they could just like open
Open Siri.
their I hope somebody's open
surprised by
Siri.
how-
I hope that opens someone.
I'm genuinely surprised at how loud that was, though. And I don't want to turn it
I
down.
would say open series.
I don't have an iPhone.
Hey Siri.
Hey Siri.
Self-destruct.
Hey Siri. Call me.
Now this is good podcast material.
Yes, making noises into the microphone.
Yeah.
Stop. Don't do that. No.
Yeah. Just on the end show's ending thing.
We're talking
I
about
think.
Futurama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we
Well-
still talking about it? Or?
I mean, talking about shows ending, Futurama having 3 different endings, 2 of which are in the middle of the series.
Wait. I remember the one when it got canceled by Fox, and then it has like the movies afterwards, and then got
Yeah.
rebooted by. When was the other one besides the actual finale? Was
I
it
don't
during the Fox
remember.
or Comedy Central era?
I think it was.
Because I thought when it was on Comedy Central, it was pretty much safe until it ended. I thought Fox was when it was kind of dicey. Because
I
Fox
don't
almost
know.
camelled.
Camelled?
Fox almost canceled Family Guy how many times? Like, and that was like
Yeah.
that's like their moneymaker.
Well,
So-
Family Guy almost got canceled after like the first or second season until it went on DVD and then made like a shit ton of money.
If only.
I think Futurama made DVD. I mean, the movies were like made for DVD, and then when Comedy Central bought it to make the new seasons, they decided that season 5 or whatever was like the next season. They just cut up the movies and released that as a season, and then made the newest season like after that. But what were you gonna say, Ryan, about things ending?
Oh, just like like if you're not gonna end your show, like I don't know, like Samurai Jack or whatever. You know what I mean?
What?
Like it's fine if you don't end your show if you eventually come back like years later and
Yeah.
actually finish it. But that is dependent on the original creator being there to do that.
Samurai Jack, there's some. I have a lot to say about that one because I love Samurai Jack, and I love the last season, and I think the finale is fine.
Yeah, but
here's
it's better than just there's no resolution at all to any of this conflict. Like,
yeah. I mean, there's some other issues. There's one that's like kind of can't be helped, but could have if they would have ended it back in the day. Which one is that Aku's voice actor passed away in between, which sucks. And the guy who Aku's voice actor,
Rest in peace, Mako.
yeah, Mako.
Yeah.
He also voiced Uncle Iroh in Avatar, and when he passed away, I think his name is Greg Baldwin.
Yeah.
Took over for Iroh, and so they got Greg Baldwin for Aku when they brought it back. But I think that the other issue is that I'm gonna mispronounce his name. Gendy
It's Gendy.
Tartakovsky.
Tarkovsky.
I think there's another syllable in there.
Yeah, Tarkovsky is a film director.
Oh,
Thank you, chef.
Gendy. I'm just gonna call him Gendy.
Gendy.
Creator of
my friend Gendy.
Share.
But he what? What are you talking about?
Just going by just one name.
Oh, Gendy.
Share.
But
Artist formerly known as Prince.
Chef.
yeah. But Gendy, he's involved in all that Samurai Jack stuff. Like he's even working on the new video game they're putting out, which I'm excited for.
Oh, I didn't know he was working on that.
Oh yeah, I watched an interview where he was talking about it because he was like, yeah, there was a PS2 game, but we weren't allowed to have any input on it, so it wasn't very good. So this is me this is essentially him righting that wrong. And they showed stuff, and there's fan favorite characters appearing and stuff like that. And even if the combat's like all right, I definitely want to play it. Like it's just fan service game. But and Gendy made the new season. He wanted to make a movie. He wanted to end it with a movie, and that just never happened, which is unfortunate. But what was I gonna say? I believe he had input on this. Before that happened, around 2012, Cartoon Network was doing some stuff with comics, and they made a Samurai Jack comic that that was supposed to end the story. And it's not the same story that we got with season 5, right?
Holy moly.
That will definitely be heard.
All right.
My puppy go woof.
But anyway,
1-1 de Gozaru.
1-1 de Gozaru. But so as I was saying, there was a Samurai Jack comic in 2012 that was supposed to end the story that I believe Gendy had input on. And then when they made season 5 that actually ended the story, it is not the same. And from what I am told by my friend who's a huge Samurai Jack fan, the comic is just better. From what I'm told, it's just a better ending, which is why I do want to read it. It's like there's parts I can't. It's hard to go into specifics, and I know like some of you are gonna try and watch Samurai Jack from start to finish at some point. In fact, Ryan, we should watch Samurai Jack together.
It's on my
should
list
I
of
should just buy the
things.
Blu-ray set.
Ryan, the artist known for starting things.
Starting things and not finishing them. Yep.
But
I have not gone any
here's the thing.
farther in The Last of Us Part 2, listeners.
Yeah, but that's because
the
Last
first
of Us 2 isn't good. It's
Oh my
Or
god!
it's fine.
I was
swear
still
to
enjoying
God.
it.
What?
when I
Parker
stopped.
wears a
I'm
fedora.
allowed to not like
See,
it.
but Park, I understand you had a bad experience.
That's
but,
not
like,
why I don't like it. It's boring.
I said bad experience.
I thought you meant
That
because
counts.
the game.
Yeah.
Wait,
Well, then I'm confused.
Then I
okay,
don't
hold
like
on.
it.
Give him a minute.
I can
I'm-
just not like it then.
I'm
If I had a
curious as
bad
to where you're
experience
going
with it,
with
then
this.
yes, I do not like the thing.
Yeah, but Parker just came in and he's like, yeah, but it's just not a good game.
Because Ryan, like, kind of agrees with me. That's why I said
I don't.
that.
I think the open world parts are stinky. I don't want them at all. They're
See,
stinky.
I'm like the only one that beat the game, and I say it's a good game.
That's fine.
So
That's fine.
You're allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like they're allowed to have played some of it and go,
I also played like
I'm also planning
10
on
hours
finishing
of
it
it.
at some point.
I just want to say my opinion because Parker was like ready to just be like, "Oh, Last of Us 2 is just a bad game," and I'm like, "That is his opinion." Just want to let that
I
out.
know. I never said it wasn't. I never said it was a fact, dude. Calm down.
Every opinion from single ones of us is the opinion of the collective podcast.
Yeah, the four of us have the,
The
same brain,
official
and we're never allowed
SneetCast
to
opinion.
disagree.
That's fine. We disagree. I'd love to debate it once I finish
I love
it.
to disagree.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, it's
There's
interesting
lots
when we
of.
do.
I guess we've been planning to talk about this, but I guess we're waiting until you finish
The
Last of
We're
Us.
not. We can't.
But I was just
we'll
gonna
be
say.
on episode like 500.
No, it's fine. We can keep waiting.
Yeah.
No, we'll keep waiting.
Because there's parts of The Last of Us Part 2 that I really like,
Yeah.
and they're just too far and few in between the parts that I don't. And yeah, I played I think I played like a third of it. I played it for 10 hours, and I was like doing most of the open world stuff. I was going into every building, picking up everything I could. It's not like I was rushing through it. Maybe I would have had a better experience if I rushed through it, but I did.
I feel myself getting to that point.
But
or felt
that
it,
didn't
where I
fix
was
other
like, oh.
problems. Like there's parts of the story and characters that I just don't enjoy. Yeah, I guess we'll go deeper into Last of Us talk when Ryan finishes it in 12 years.
I will be the arbiter of the debate.
What is it?
I'll be the barber of
Yes, I was hoping you would say that. The arbiter and the barbiter. John 117 and Don 711.
For the
Don suit
record,
doesn't
because
jerk him off.
I like swooped in to try and defend Last of Us Part 2. I think it's a good game, but I also don't think it's a masterpiece. It is very flawed. But with that being said, I also I kind of hate the amount of people that have been giving it shit, especially for the story.
Yeah.
Because that's a good story. I firmly stand by I actually think it has a really good story. But,
I think it's a game that's gotten I think it's gotten more shit than it deserves. I think a lot of it doesn't actually have to do with the game. I think a lot of it has to do with little stinky gamer boys going, I don't want to play as a buff girl. Why is she a lesbian? Like fucking idiots
a lot
like
of
that.
it was also just
Oh, why did it make a noise?
the leaks
What
happen.
the fuck?
Oh,
Yeah,
dude, be
the
careful.
I
leaks.
don't know why it's making.
I
a
do
noise.
think people kind of dogpiled on the leaks. Also,
Well, it was really funny.
yeah. but
I was fucking excited when that golf club came out. I don't think you understand.
I don't know why we're waiting for you if you've also read all of the leak and know everything that happens.
When the leaks didn't.
Well, we're just waiting to
show
talk
the-
about
Did the leaks even show the ending or just the big parts?
I
Because
basically know what happens
biggest
in the end.
the biggest leak literally happens within the first 3 hours.
You
Yeah.
gotta tell me when you finish though, because then I have to spoil myself on the rest of the story, so we can talk about it.
Okay.
But
I mean, listen. Here's the thing. I'm spoiled, but I already know that some stuff I heard isn't 100% true. So that's why I'm I'm not sure what I do know and don't know.
But I definitely think people are shitting on it too much and for the wrong reasons. I also think that part of it has to do with Neil Druckmann being
Yeah, because
his
fucking
his
asshole.
personality is kind of abrasive,
What has he said or done
He's
that
been
makes
very
people not like him?
pompous.
It's just
and,
annoying.
well, people will criticize his games, and he kind of snaps back in a way that seems a little unprofessional to me. Now, other people who I think are really have done lots of really cool work and stuff, and I don't think the same way about have swooped in to defend him. I've seen Cory Barlog been no, I see what he's saying, and people are picking on him too much, and I get that.
No,
But I
that's
also
just him
think you're
being
allowed to get a
professional.
lot of criticism if your game is also being called the best game ever made. Because I roll my eyes super hard at that too. Because The Last of Us 1 I think is really good, but there's a lot of games I like a lot better than that game.
Like most of the Naughty Dog library, they're 8s. They're very good.
I like Uncharted more than The Last of Us.
You know what? I beat Uncharted
not,
4
like,
literally
as a series.
today. I beat Uncharted 4 literally today, and I can confirm I think Uncharted 4 is the best of the modern day Naughty Dog games. I definitely think it's better than both Last of Us 1 and 2, both from a gameplay standpoint and a story standpoint. So yeah.
I love, and Uncharted Lost Legacy too.
But
I think
Uncharted
is,
4 is not the Schindler's List of video games.
Metroid Prime is the Citizen Kane of video games. Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm
IGN said that when Metroid Prime came out.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You never heard that before?
No.
That's a famous quote from one of their reviews.
Because what was that, like 2002?
2001, I think, is when the game came out.
Oh my god.
Why Citizen Kane? What?
Because it's a masterpiece. No, that game is a masterpiece.
Doesn't
It's
Is
calling
the
it
main-
the Citizen Kane of games is stupid.
is the main
but-
character of Citizen Kane named Kane?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's just like Metroid.
Kane,
You got me there.
Kane, does he not speak and is the whole film from a first person's perspective? And does he shoot aliens out of a gun out of his arm?
Does he fold himself up into a little ball and roll
You
around?
guys are constantly putting questions on top of other questions.
Just answer.
Because they're not
them.
real questions, Brian. I
Were
don't
his
think.
parents
Because
killed
I
by
know
a
the
big
answer is
reptile?
yes to all of them.
Does Citizen Kane stop and scan objects in the environment every once in a
A
while?
little bit. There is a scene.
Puts on his new visor, scans them.
After 2 sequels to Citizen Kane, is there a new reboot one where he talked about the baby all the time?
Does he have PTSD from a big lizard he saw once?
That grew from like a little chicken?
That was a different movie.
Is his mom a brain?
That's a different movie.
Does mom have a brain?
Yes.
Does he raise a parasitic organism as
Is
if it was his own
is
daughter?
Citizen Kane the movie with the like rosebud?
Yes.
Is
Yes.
That's the
Yes.
only thing I know from that.
I don't know anything about Citizen Kane at all. I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
I just know it's the Metroid Prime of film.
Oh, okay. Oh man.
Remember
What
when
the hell were we even talking about?
Remember when
Last of Us.
Samus died and went Rosebud?
Oh, now you spoiled Citizen Kane for me.
Yeah, you spoiled Metroid
That's
Prime
not-
4.
It's on my film list.
Xanadu.
I don't think she goes there in Metroid Prime 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think she goes to like Zebus.
That actually is one of the names of the place.
That was
Zebes.
Zebes. No, it's Zebus.
It's
It's not
Zebes.
Zebes.
It might be Zebes. I don't know
I thought it
actually.
was Zebus.
I always said Zebus, but
Yeah.
Zebes is like
They don't say it out loud, so
I know it's a debate. Like people keep like asking about it, and I think
Is it
Nintendo
Samus Aran
acknowledged-
or Samus Aran?
yes.
Is it Seamus Aran?
Seamus.
is it
Hey,
Mother Brain
Seamus
or Mother
O'Reilly.
Brine?
Mother
Brian. Ugh.
Seamus
You ever heard
O'Reilly.
Mother Brain in the Captain N cartoon?
Yeah, she's like
This-
awful.
It's the same guy who voiced Audrey 2 in Little Shop of Horrors, so it's like I can't even think. What would she say in the cartoon?
I
Hey,
didn't watch the
Samus?
cartoon.
What?
I
I
don't
don't think
remember how
Samus is in it.
Oh, hey, Captain N.
Should
I'm
we
Mother
just-
Brain. Feed me.
Feed me.
Beat me.
Yeah, so Last of Us Part 2.
Oh yeah,
Sucks shit. Don't play it.
Hey,
No, I would say it's worth a try. It's
If you like the first one, you'll probably like it.
if you like story
Well,
centric
I wouldn't
games,
say that,
you-
'cause I like
you
the first
might
one.
enjoy it. It's definitely you have to play the first game to play the second
if
game.
you like
If you like
story,
smelling your own
it's
farts,
not a
you'll
standalone
Last
game.
of
Like
Us
it's
2.
definitely like you
If-
need to play the original.
if you like story centric games,
shitty basic games.
play Yakuza 0
That's
Yes.
true. Do that instead. Play any of the Yakuzas instead, really.
because that's what
What is
I
it?
did instead of playing Last of Us 2, and I enjoyed it
Yo,
a lot
you
more.
you want to talk about Yakuza? For background, I am a huge Yakuza fan, or at least I'm a new fan though. I started with 0, so I haven't gotten through all of them yet.
Same.
And you and I are both Ryan. I got Ryan into them, so we've played pretty much all the same ones. 0, 1, 2.
Did you start 4?
A little bit?
Then, yeah, we're basically at the same point now.
Yeah. And Chef had Brian also played Yakuza 0.
I play the Yakuza 0. That's
Yakuza.
yeah, Yakuza.
Yakety yak, don't come back.
Yakuzis. But Chef had never touched them and has just heard mostly me and Ryan talking about them for years.
And I know a lot about them
Yes.
from that.
So
Same.
you want to give a little talk a little bit about your first impressions of Yakuza? First impressions after you finished it.
Yes.
Uh,
After I finished it a while ago.
Yeah, like a week or two.
Yeah. It was very good, and
Thank you.
I busted through the story, and it was really good. Made me tear up at the end.
Nice.
Didn't we talk about Yakuza 0?
We talked
We talked about it before the podcast last
Yeah.
week. And then
When I
Oh.
finished it, we talked about it before the podcast.
Dame
Gotcha.
Dane. Oh, that's how we started today too.
Yes. Yes.
It was predetermined.
But then you went back and you did some more side stuff after that, right?
Yes, I did indeed do that, and I was basically grinding out the Kiryu real estate minigame. And my least favorite part of that minigame is the fact that you have to go and play like other minigames in the game to progress.
See, I like that.
I like the idea, but I did not like playing Outrun.
Yeah.
And the phone sex game was a little weird.
Is the Outrun one the one where she's like, "I'll give you a nice ride"? There's one.
No, I remember that. Yeah,
there's
she
one
says
side
a
quest.
shit ton of puns
There's
innuendo, and Kiryu does not know what she means until like at the very end. She says, "Yeah, play that game, Outrun." And he's like, "Oh."
Yeah. At the end,
And then he makes that face where his eyes.
Well, there's more to it
goes,
because
"Nani?"
it's like you walk up to her in the arcade and she's makes some comment about your high score and she's like, "Oh, if you do it, I might be able to get you like a nice ride." And he thinks in his head, he's like, "Nice ride," and then the camera zooms in on her pelvis and it plays like a sound, and then Kiryu thinks in his head like, and so he does it, and then it happens again after you do it the first time, and then the third time he like, I think it does it again, and she's like, "You ready for your ride?" And then she shows she installed like an arcade game where you like ride on a motorcycle, and Kiryu was just like, "Oh." So I thought that's the one you're talking about. But...
And then I really liked Majima. He was
best boy.
He was a lot of fun to play as, more fun than Kiryu. But his mini game is a lot more
Creepy.
No, it's just that
wouldn't call it creepy.
you have to focus a lot more to play it.
I've barely touched Majima's actually.
I need to go
fully
back and do it
completed
because I
both.
played the cabaret game in 2, Call Me 2.
Yeah.
And I thought it was awesome.
See,
I had a lot of fun with it.
Ryan likes being a pimp.
the only thing that sucks, so like Yakuza 0, I think Yakuza 0 is the best one, but it's the first one I played, and so it's the one I did the least amount of like extra content in. I did the most in Kiwami. Kiwami, I did 70% of the side quests.
Damn.
And well, no,
Most of,
actually
like,
no.
Judgment, I think.
I would say the most is Judgment because I did
Yeah.
100% of them in Judgment.
Yeah.
But what is it? Yakuza 0, and I think the biggest reason why I didn't do as much content as I wanted to in that one was because Yakuza 0 was back-to-back releases of Yakuza 0, Nier Automata, and Breath of the Wild. 3 games that I would consider. Those are probably my three of my favorite modern like released games, like within the past couple years. It's like those 3, and then Devil May Cry 5 and Doom Eternal. I can think of. So like, just all those back-to-back Yakuza had to go on the back burner, and then when I finally got back to it, I was just like, I'm just gonna get through it and go to the next thing. Which kind of sucks.
But I'm excited for the Majima Everywhere system in
Yes.
Kiwami and the Majima like campaign in Kiwami 2.
It's like
It's
a
pretty
mini
short.
campaign.
It's like 2-3 hours long, maybe. Not even.
God.
With a
I
couple.
don't know what I'm gonna do when you get that, because I played original Yakuza 2. I didn't play Kiwami 2, and I want to, but at this point I was like, oh, I'm just gonna beat all the other ones first. Like I've played 3 and I've started 4, so like I would like to play through, and I would like to catch up before I go back and essentially replay 1. But that means that I didn't get any of that extra story, so that when you played it, right, Ryan?
Call Me 2?
Like the extra part in Kiwami 2.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was great.
And then when Chef plays it, I'm going to be like, oh no, I'm the only one who's not done this yet. I've gotten bits of spoilers from Kiwami 2. Without saying anything for Chef, there's a song I recently learned about in Kiwami 2 that I don't think is in the original. That's fucking hilarious.
The Majima construction song?
Yes, that one. I didn't
Oh,
know that
yeah.
existed, and then found out and went, I love this. Have you seen the clip?
I have not.
That's why I like it. But any other thoughts on Yakuza? Your first taste?
Yeah.
Your first taste of Kiryu?
It was like a television show where you played the action scenes
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you did like weird things in between the action.
You did the one where you have to get the porn mag for the kid, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. 'Cause that's one of the funniest ones.
I watched him stream it in our Discord chat, and it was the best possible like night for me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this, because he did that one. he did the Miracle Johnson quest, where a Michael Jackson knockoff. Wait, you were hired by a Steven Spielberg knockoff to help a Michael Jackson knockoff film, not Thriller, where he moonwalks down the street and you have to beat up zombies. And then he also did the How to Train Your Dominatrix side quest that night.
It's like one of the first ones I did.
Yeah, it's so... All of those are like 3 of the funniest side quests in the game, so the fact that I got to watch Chef do like all 3 of them in a row was really, really nice. It was good. Oh, I recently popped open... Because I own Yakuza 6. I haven't played it. I bought it. I bought the big special edition of it because I know I'm going to play it. And I really wanted to support the franchise in the West because it almost died. Well, it essentially did die for a few years because Yakuza 5 just didn't come out when it came out. And that's why we've gotten so many Yakuza games recently, is because they were catching up. But I cracked open the art book I got from Yakuza 6, and it's a weird art book where the like official art book part of it is just the last couple pages, and it's just like 3D renders of the characters from Yakuza 6. But the first to like almost 2/3 of it, I think, are all fan art that got submitted and like essentially got chosen, and it's just Yakuza fan art in general, not specific to 6. In fact, a lot of it is 0 because 0 was the big resurgence, or not even resurgence. Like Yakuza just wasn't popular here, even though like 1 through 4 released, they were like nothing, and then 0 got an audience. But one of the pages is just a really big detailed drawing of Nugget, of the chicken. So it's just a really detailed drawing of a chicken with the name tag that says Nugget, and that's like a whole page in the art book.
Chicken nugget.
That also one page of the art book that I really like is there's one where they go through a bunch of characters' tattoos and they have official art of the full tattoo, which is cool. You get to find out that Majima's tattoo, you wouldn't know this in the game, but it does go down his butt cheeks and his legs a bit. But
nice.
Shitani's tattoo.
yeah,
It's a tanuki.
That
where it's his ass cheeks or its fat nuts.
Stole that one from someone
tweet
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Is that all you had to say about Yakuza?
Yes, Kaza.
Okay, Kaza.
I watched some stuff. Some animal.
Oh, close enough.
No. I finished Bakano for the first time.
How
That's
was
a
that?
really cool show.
I'd like to watch it.
For anyone that doesn't know, it's set in like what is it? 20s America?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's set in 20s America with a huge cast of characters set across multiple years. I say it's set in the 20s in America, but there's also some scenes set in like the 1700s and whatnot. Yes, time, you move to a bunch of different years as they tell the story out of order, and you slowly get a picture of like what exactly is going on. But the main plot, the like current plot, is all on a train where a bunch of the different characters are meeting up and shit. And it's really fucking cool and really well told, and a lot of characters are really cool. Lots of surprises and really cool action, really well animated a lot of the time. Like all the action looks super nice. It's very bloody. It's very early 2000s, like bloody anime.
I think it's late 2000s.
Late 2000s.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really cool. Really cool show.
You watching it? You said you watched other stuff too?
Yeah, I finished Fire Force. I forget if I talked about that last week or not.
No, you like bitched about it to me before the podcast.
Yeah, because I do think overall the show's pretty decent.
I thought that was about firefighting.
It is. Kind of.
Is
They're like
they're firefighters.
The basic gist of the world is that people are just randomly exploding into fire demons.
Oh my god, this is just Promare.
Yes. And then they set fires everywhere. And then like yeah, so the firefighting force is just like superheroes basically with fire powers that use them to kill the fire demons.
How old is the Fire Force manga?
I don't know.
Cause like I'm surprised more people haven't brought this up, and
I mean, people did at the time when Promare was coming out. And
but I'm surprised Promare didn't get in any like trouble.
I don't know. It's like similar, but whatever.
But literally the same thing of like these firefighters exist because people randomly burst into flames. Like that's
yeah. I don't know, but yeah, it's a cool show. It's some cool lore and stuff. I fucking hate one of the characters though. Tamaki, I think her name is. I hate her.
Not the perv, but she's like
she forces other people to be pervs. Basically, it's so gross.
I don't know what it is with anime with like it's just a Japanese sense of humor, and it's like a difference in culture, I think. But I always like the pervy character.
It feels like boomer humor a bit.
I guess
Like-
I'm always just like rolling my eyes like this is gross. The most I can handle is a Brock from Pokemon level
Yeah.
of like
Just simping super hard.
yeah. I liked how recently I watched Totally Not Mark on YouTube review all of the One Piece arcs that he's only gotten through so many of them so far, but he was talking about how Sanji starts at like a comfortable level where Brock is, and then slowly over time gets worse and worse until he becomes this like awful perv character.
Yeah.
And I like how he put it where he was originally Sanji was obsessed with chivalry, and that was his character flaw. And I'm like, see, that's not like it is a flaw in a character, and so I don't mind that as in a character, especially when it's not their whole personality, which slowly kind of becomes Sanji's whole personality. But it's when they're like a perv and they're like, I'm gonna spy on girls in the onsen, in the hot tub. I'm always like, ew, why does anime have to be like this?
Yeah, it's always awful. But imagine if every time Nami was on screen, her like time skip Nami's on screen, she just falls over onto people and their hands go up her bra all the time, or her like swimsuit
Jesus
thing
Christ.
all the time, or her clothes just fell off a lot of the time, and she had no personality and wasn't cool at all. That's this Tamaki girl. Fucking
Tamami.
can never remember her name because I don't care. I hate her. Every time she's on screen, she is just fucking annoying. She's also like kind of a yandere kind of thing going on, where she's like, ugh, I don't like you, Shinra. That's the main character's name. She's like, you're an idiot. I don't like you. And I'm like, I hate you so much. And like the other girls on the show are cool. There's one who's like ripped and her power is cool. She has like these two sprites that go into like these big gauntlets and she like controls them to fly around and like hit stuff, and it's cool. But she's just fucking awful. And apparently she never gets better because I heard people talking about it. I'm like,
I mean, I wouldn't even
she
expect...
brings down that show so much because I even really like the soundtrack too, and the animation's really nice. It's by David Productions, same guys that did the JoJo anime.
Dude,
and I'm like, fuck.
It's just these perv characters are like irredeemable for me. Freaking Mineta in My Hero Academia.
He's like, I would argue that for the first like 100 or so chapters,
I know
he's fine.
okay.
Because he just instantly gets shit on whenever he does something like that, and it still does kind of happen. But there's a point.
There's I know they're talking about the moment, because I remember initially I was like, ugh, you're gross, but like I'll deal with you. And then there's a specific episode where I went, fuck you. I hope this character never comes back. And it was in the most recent season, so manga's much farther, but the most recent season of the anime, they introduced a character who's like, how old is she? Like,
she's a child.
She's
That's
a
all that matters.
child, like
And
6.
an abuse victim at
yeah,
that.
a 6-year-old like abuse victim. And when all the characters are meeting her, Mineta says like the creepiest shit ever. Like he says like,
he's like, huh, call me in 10 years.
yeah, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck? Turn
Yeah,
this off. Like I was like,
he should
he's
die,
and
and then
he's
Shinzo should join Class
and
1A.
he's the author's
Yes,
self-insert character.
Horikoshi has said multiple times, or not multiple times, but at least once, that Mineta is basically the self-insert character.
And I
if
hate
anything
that.
else.
And the same thing with like,
It's like, bro, you made him perv on underage girls, dude.
And, like,
what,
the
why? What are you doing?
and with like Oda with One Piece, like you read his SBS, and I like Oda, and I love One Piece, but like some of the stuff he says, I just roll my eyes. I'm like, ooh, you little weirdly pervy sometimes.
Yeah, at least with Oda, it's like adults.
yeah.
But you know what? You know what? That's not 100% true.
After the
Nami
time
is
skip, it
not.
is.
I was gonna say because the first time, just some shit with Nami before that.
Yeah.
Specifically, like the end of Alabasta, Happiness Punch.
And dude, Thriller Bark.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. That's
I
like
was just like,
he married a Nami cosplayer.
I liked, yeah. Oh my god, you know how freaking creepy that is. I'm gonna
Let the man live his dream.
ugh.
Let him have his big titty
Oh my God.
girlfriend.
But Brian has not been listening, and then just tuned back in for that. What was I gonna say? I would just like to be able, because I've always liked anime, and in recent years I've been getting more and more into it. I would like to be able to comfortably watch it in my living room without having to worry that some weird shit is gonna happen when my family's around, you know?
Yeah.
Because it's not like I don't watch it for that. I hate that. I was watching an episode of One Piece the other day in my living room. I was on because I work from home right now because of the pandemic, and on my lunch break I went to the living room, put on an episode of One Piece, and there's the filler episode that takes place before the newest film, Stampede, and Boa Hancock in that episode is just naked for half of it. Luffy just falls into her hot spring.
Well, yeah, because don't the villains like melt her clothes off or something?
No, she's just in a hot spring.
Oh, I'm thinking of something else with her then.
That wouldn't surprise me. But like she just starts like, because she's like in the onsen, and Luffy like falls into it, and she's like, oh my god, Luffy, because she doesn't care because she loves him. But they like, the villains like invade them to try and kill them, and she just stands up and is naked for like a while. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my god,
Sex sells.
someone's gonna walk in and I'm gonna have to explain why this stupid shit is on my TV just because I want to see Luffy doing Gomu Gomu something. Oh,
Gum punch.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you I was in Japan for a week last year? Did I ever tell you the moment I knew, the first reaction I had to being in Akihabara? The Akihabara?
Yeah.
Akihabara is the I guess what, the anime capital of the world. It's Times Square for like weeaboos.
Yeah.
And we got on the train and we got off one stop too early by accident. So we had to walk a couple blocks. And we're walking and I turned the corner and I knew the instant we had arrived because when I turned the corner I see this big light up, like, not a poster, it's like a big screen advertisement of this anime girl, this like sexy anime girl, and I see this guy really up close to it taking a photo, and he had that look, and I was like, we're here, boys.
Those are your people.
Oh no, no, they're not.
Your
my
people too, Ryan.
My people.
They're
Our people.
adjacent to my people and often too close.
Yeah. It's like our one friend in the Discord was talking about somebody who like he knew that doxed a fucking VTuber
Jesus Christ.
or whatever. It's like, God, fucking fucking freaks.
I'm sorry, Brian. We just went on the anime manga talk for a little while.
I feel like I had one more that I was gonna mention that I like forgot about.
You said,
Oh no.
Oh, The God of High School. I started that.
I saw that on the Verve account, and I saw you listening to the thing on Spotify.
Yeah, its opening's really fun. It's like a
What
very fast.
What is the God of High School? I've heard of this.
It's not even a Japanese series really.
Oh,
It's based on a Korean manhwa or however you say it. It's
Is
like
it
Korean
also-
comics
It's
basically.
the word for manga,
Yeah.
just in Korean.
Yeah.
I think it's pronounced Stan Jungkook.
Stop.
Oh, I was like,
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, who's Stan Jungkook?
Stanley Jungkook.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Who is Stan Jungkook?
Can we title this episode "Who's Stan Jungkook"?
The fuck even is that?
Jungkook is a member of the K-pop band BTS, and Stan as in like to be a fan of them. So people always say Stan Jungkook or whatever, and it's just like,
Brian, insert a fan cam right here.
yeah. Can we make
Can
a
you do
chef?
that with
to the
audio
YouTube,
only?
to the YouTube version.
No. Can we make a chef fan cam and put it on the Twitter?
Someone else make it.
We need recordings of Chef.
That's a
doing
lot
the
of
whole
footage
thing.
you need. Of
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Anyway,
Sorry, real quick. One of my favorite things right now is whenever Scott the Woz makes a tweet, there's a ton of Scott the Woz fan cams in the responses. They're so funny. I love all of them so much. But anyway, you were going.
Yeah,
You're talking about Stanley?
The god, yeah, the god of high school is based on this Korean manhwa, and it's pretty cool. Gets right. It's like a shonen that gets right to the fucking point. Doesn't bullshit around at all. It's like, okay, episode 1, we meet our main character. It like shows that he's like a good dude. He like helps a lady get her purse back.
Episode 2 power up. Episode 3 second power up. Are you serious?
By episode 3, he like eats this special fruit or whatever and like gets a power up. Yes. But like my point was that like episode 1, literally the first scene is he's helping a lady get her purse back on a bike, and then the 2 other main characters help him do that. And it's like, okay, we introduce our main characters. This is kind of what their abilities are, and then literally the next half of the episode is them applying for the tournament, and then,
my God,
and then starting the tournament and like beating the shit out of a bunch of like jobbers.
Waste no time.
Yeah, wastes no time, and the action's really cool, and it's animated super well. It's actually a Crunchyroll original. Because Crunchyroll's like making its own shows now, I guess. And
I see they're teaming up with
of anime.
Yeah.
They're teaming up with Adult Swim for some stuff.
Oh,
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. 'Cause
Yeah,
I know Adult Swim makes anime and stuff, or like produces anime, and they've done that for a while. Like they produced the 2nd season of Big O and stuff, and they did those.
Didn't they help with Fooly Cooly, or am I?
I don't know if they did the
do-
original
they did the
series,
sequel
but
Not the
they
original. I'm talking about season
yeah,
2.
Adult Swim produced seasons 2 and 3, which I heard they seem mediocre, and I'm never going to watch them.
They just seem like normal anime quality, but they had to be like Fooly Cooly quality to be worth it, and that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But and Adult Swim's producing oh, why can't I think? I almost fucking called it Unagi. That means eel.
Oh, Uzumaki.
Uzumaki, yeah.
Eel.
Yeah.
Eel with the soundtrack by the Hereditary guy.
It's just a video of an eel.
Video of an
While the
eel.
music is like.
Yeah.
It's an eel in a little spiral.
Oh my god.
But got a high school.
Yeah, God of High School's cool. It's like it's setting up mysteries, intrigue so far. There's only 4 episodes out. It's actually weird when you look at it on Verve. It's like episodes 1, 2, and then there's like a 20-minute making of thing just in season 1, like put in for whatever reason. I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, okay, and then it's like 3 and 4. It's like, all right, but yeah, it's really cool. Has this weird thing that I guess is just how the manga is drawn, where everyone's noses are red, like they have a cold.
Oh, that's Tumblr nose. People call that.
Yeah, it's a little weird, but the character designs are still fine. But yeah, it's cool.
Brian,
It's good music too.
Brian, did you see the Rick and Morty anime short that aired on Toonami a few nights ago?
No,
It was pretty neat.
I watched that.
I haven't caught up on Rick and Morty.
Me either.
Neither have I. I haven't watched an episode of that since I was in school.
I burnt out on it a little bit just because I was like,
I just don't have Adult Swim anymore, like on cable. And
do you have Hulu?
I do have Hulu.
It'll get put on there
Did it?
eventually
Oh, okay.
because
Well,
seasons 1 through
I haven't
3 are
checked
there.
Hulu in a while because I just don't use Hulu.
It's not. I looked the other day because
Alright.
I was curious, and it's not there.
I love Rick and Morty, so I used to like keep up with it like every single week. But I don't know, just too many shows, busy with other stuff. I haven't been keeping up. I think before the halfway mark of season 4 is when I dropped off.
I have a bad habit of like. I don't do this with everything. There's some people who do this with everything, and I don't like that. But when something I like gets really popular, sometimes that makes me not necessarily like it less, but be less excited about it. And I think that happened with Rick and Morty, where all of a sudden everyone was talking about Rick and Morty, and then I just kind of went, I can do this later, and then just haven't gone back to it.
Hey, Parker, flip me over. I'm Pickle Chef.
Fuck you.
I don't know why I like forgot about the Pickle Rick joke, and I was like, is he gonna make like a turtle joke?
What?
Like flip you over like you're a turtle on your back or something? I was literally like so confused because I had
Brian,
no
what-
idea what was going
What
on.
noise do turtles make?
Turtle.
They go turtle.
That's a joke from a shitty Michael Myers.
Is that
movie.
actually what was in the video of like?
It's like two turtles
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
Oh, real quick. Have you guys heard of the shitty Michael Myers movie Master of Disguise?
Yes. That's not Michael Myers, dude.
Turtle.
Mike Myers?
The turtle. Club.
Other one from Wayne's
Oh,
World.
it's Dana Carvey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Are you turtly enough?
But okay. So,
turtle. The turtle. Club.
are you, is that from this movie?
Yes.
Did you know when
It's
they
the
were?
most infamous part of that movie.
Yeah, I
I'm,
remember.
Like, surprised
I
you don't know that.
I
That's the
saw
only
the
part I know.
I
Oh
saw the
shit!
clip
Low
when-
battery.
I saw the clip when I
Isn't
was
that like charging?
No, I put double A's in here.
They don't need to hear about this. Whatever.
Well, no, I wanted to talk about this actually because do you know that turtle scene was filmed while the Twin Towers were going down?
Holy shit!
Wow.
I did not know that. I'm so happy
That's
I know that
awesome.
now.
So apparently,
fucking
like,
sick.
so I think Dana Carvey like was wearing the suit when he saw it.
Okay, hold on. Keep talking.
A
but I'm gonna
tear
take
going
off.
down Dana
Hold on,
Carvey's
hold on.
face.
I'm gonna take off my headphones. Keep talking, but I'm gonna see if I can like quickly plug in my mixer. So just I don't know, keep rolling with it. But
Okay,
I'm
cool.
I also can't control your volume, so everyone try to be as
Just plug the
consistent
thing
as
in.
possible.
Go, go, go.
Time to shout.
Time to
Let's sing Bakamitai again.
Dame Antaga Sugi Sugite Dore Dake Sayonara wa
Suna Oni, I love you.
Love me.
Yeah, okay. That's enough of that.
Judgment.
Breaking the law,
Breaking the world. Kawase. Breaking the world.
tenderness.
Kashiwagi is playing the.
Yeah, I
keyboard in
never
that.
noticed that. Did you notice that?
I did not ever notice
That's Kashiwagi playing the piano
That's
on
fucking-
Judgment.
It's fucking
Because
awesome.
I remember like always thinking, "Who's this guy?" And then, because I couldn't really see his face.
Yeah.
And Kashiwagi's got a very distinct face scar, so I didn't
Yeah.
see that at first. Then when Chef pointed it out, I lost my shit. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Brian's probably gonna cut all that out.
No, I'm not.
Really?
Unless it sounded bad.
It probably
Brian.
sounded bad.
Probably sounded bad.
Brian, cut this part out.
Why?
Dame dane. I don't know.
Not again.
I honestly like this whole episode. I was actually thinking like I don't have to edit almost anything for this episode.
How many times can we sing Dame Dane in one episode? Can you
That's all on you, bud.
Bakamitai? Can
It's up to
you
our
like
lungs.
when we sing it one time? Can you make it like really loud and echoey so it sounds like there's 1,000 of us singing?
Oh my god, it'll sound
What?
horrible.
Yeah.
But if you really want me to,
Can you make it sound like we're in a shower?
yeah. Want to do it right now?
Get in the shower?
Yeah.
What?
All right, Ryan, step into the shower and start singing.
Dummy done.
Wait! You forgot to turn the water on.
All right, the water's on.
That's
now.
what. So now you have to wait and then put the water sound
I
on.
fucking hate that you did that.
I know.
This is either gonna be really funny or it's gonna be like the shittiest skit.
Ryan, turn the water on. Okay. No, sing. The water's on now.
No.
No, do it.
I hate this.
This bit fucking sucks.
It would have been
wow.
funny if you would.
Well, now I might cut the whole thing out because it's
No.
awkward.
Why are you still in the shower?
Yeah, get out.
leave-
Turn the water off
Leave the sound effect on.
the whole time.
The whole time.
Now I'm gonna piss in the shower.
No.
Wait. Okay. As long as it's in the shower and not anywhere.
He's gonna be in the shower but piss out of the shower.
The real question is, where's everybody else while he's in the shower pissing?
We're hanging out.
Pissing
his
in other
basement.
places.
What? Like,
Toilet or
We're still here. He took his microphone and left. He's in the shower.
I can't hear them.
But you
But he
heard
knows
that.
when to reply.
But you knew you had to reply though. That's
Brian, how long is this going on? This is
This is
turning into a train wreck.
stupidest bit ever.
Well, how long are we on the timestamp?
an hour like 43.
Christ.
Do we have anything else we want to talk about today?
We could just sing Bakamitai for like another 4 hours.
All right, this
Gotta
time we'll
play
turn the
with my
shower on.
microphone.
Oh, that's the stand.
I
But,
just want to move it.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's
okay.
That's interesting.
It's whatever.
Brian, you haven't talked for a while. Did you want to talk about anything before we? Excuse me, before we signed off.
Fucking.
How could you do that?
Good job, pal.
I bought ramen on Amazon.com.
Can you look up what brand it was? I'm actually curious. Because you bought like fancy instant ramen, right?
Here's the thing. It's fancy schmancy ramen, but then I was disappointed because I thought it was like gonna be imported from Japan. That's definitely not the case.
Oh.
It pissed me off, but it's from California.
Well, he's finding that.
Already found it.
Well, whatever. Give me time to tell the story. Fuck you.
You know, he can edit all of your lines.
Yeah,
out.
well, if he does, whatever. I don't care. I'm saying it anyway.
Put another gunshot here.
No. So, speaking of, not even speaking of, it came up earlier, me being chef and cooking. I found a ramen recipe that was like fairly authentic, and I want to make it. And maybe I'll do it like on a Saturday, and you guys can come over.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. I will come.
You should do
Yeah.
it during a weekday.
Sounds good.
A weekday?
Why?
Yeah.
No, because when
Fuck your stupid work
Brian,
schedule,
I need to
Brian.
feed my family on weekdays. They come first, Brian.
tell
Tell us to quit
Wait, what?
yeah wait
to
what?
take your shifts.
To quit? Gazia quits so that Brian is never free.
Nissan Rao.
Oh, Nissin is like cup noodle. That's not that fancy, is it? Let me see.
Really? The packaging looks fancy. More fancy than cup noodle.
Yeah.
Or whatever the other one is that's popular. The M1.
Maruchan.
Yeah.
I don't even know if Maruchan is Japanese. I see Japanese stores with like Nissin and stuff in it, but Maruchan might be. I don't know where that's from.
Parker is the local Japan expert.
You want me to find you like? I can actually show you like
No.
fancy ramen. What? You wanted
Ramen.
ramen? I can show you fancy instant ramen.
Ramen
Connoisseur.
curator.
Connoisseur.
Connoisseur.
Parker, what's your
Connoisseur.
favorite ramen?
I don't know.
Show you.
Oh, like flavor? I still don't know.
Because that's the
Whatever
flavor I'm
one is
making.
like, I like spicy stuff when it's instant. I haven't had real. I went to Japan and didn't get the chance to eat real ramen.
Oh.
You must had horse sashimi.
Wait, for
No.
real?
No, I had udon and
Then
stuff.
why are you constantly complaining about stuff not being authentic ramen?
What are you doing? Okay, one, I don't complain about instant ramen being authentic. It is literally one ramen restaurant that you want to go to, and I went to, and I was like, oh, it wasn't very good. That's it.
All right. I don't know. You kept saying like, "Oh, it's not authentic. It's not authentic," and I'm like, "But
'Cause
you
they use,
haven't
like-
had authentic ramen."
No,
So
but dude,
now
I
I'm
know
like,
it's not spaghetti. They had like spaghetti in there, and I was like, "This is just."
Oh, no.
Use egg noodles.
Found a meatball in my ramen.
Spaghetti is like flour, not egg.
Parker went
All
to an
flour.
Italian restaurant and was like, "This ramen sucks."
Why is this ramen spelled lasagna?
Why is there tomatoes in it?
God.
Just imagine like a person going to it, like an American person going to an Italian restaurant here and just getting out their chopsticks and being like, ramen, please. Getting served spaghetti.
Going into an Italian restaurant. Y'all don't look very Japanese.
Eating spaghetti.
Are
with
you
chopsticks.
Chinese
Ooh.
or Japanese?
Italian.
Okay?
I think this podcast
We're
is
running
over.
out of steam. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired and I gotta go home and die.
All right. Thanks for listening to SneetCast episode 4.
Tell us your favorite brand of instant ramen.
Or if you're on a platform without comments like Spotify, go to another platform. I
Go
guess.
to our Twitter.
Send us a letter.
Oh, yeah.
Email.
At Sneet
At Sneet,
Squad.
yeah, at Sneet Squad. I'm running the Twitter now.
Yeah,
where I
at
will
Sneet
post an
Squad.
update
Come,
when this comes out.
Come.
Come to our Twitter.
Yep.
Can't
It's
wait
a
for the day
Twitter.
that you accidentally like something you're not supposed to on that Twitter page.
I follow like I follow us on that
You're
account.
gonna
That's
you're gonna
it.
accidentally
And except for him.
you're
But-
you're gonna be on the company Twitter page and accidentally like big booties or something, and then
Who would be upset? Even if I did. I like a tweet from like Feet Wiki.
all right, end it there.
Close.
End it there. Turn the fucking thing
press
off.
that button.